What is up, YouTube? This is Fortress Striker coming back for another episode of the DBS podcast. With me today, we have a few people here today with our show. We got, of course, your favorite boy here, Yeovani.
What's up, Kevin? Always here.
Always here, always late. And we also have your mediocre favorite character, Noel.
Bongo.
We got, of course, everyone's favorite pro player themselves, Mr. Angel.
What's up?
It's so great to see you again. And of course, today we have a very good special guest. He is, for those who may not know, he's actually the founder of No Counters, No Combo, Adrian.
Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you, Adrian. So tell us about yourself.
There's not much to tell. I started playing Dragon Ball when it first came out, like 3 years ago with set 1. Probably around like set 2 is when I started my YouTube channel. No counters, no combos, and played up until set, I think 8 it was, and I haven't played in over a year, but I'm slowly getting back into the game. A lot of these new cards are piquing my interest, so I'm just happy to be back in the community.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm so glad to hear that about that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started with this reveal. So we have a lot to discuss today, and as you can see, all the cards I posted here on the Discord, as I counted, we have about 69 cards here. 4 of them are just going to be vanillas, so basically 65 cards are going to be usually talked about.
Fire answers today.
So we have a lot to discuss, so without further ado, let's just get started. So first things first is we have Garlic Jr. finally here, ready to go and be talked about. So Garlic Jr. Has the Overlord. Auto effect: when this card attacks, you draw a card. Its awakening is when your life is at 4 or less, or if you have a yellow unison card with specified cost of 3 in play, you may draw 1 card, switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode, add a card from your life to your hand until you have 6 left, and you flip this card over. And then its awakening side would be Garlic Jr., the Immortal Demon. Again, Overlord, and it has the attack, of course, draw a card. Its auto effect, second one, will be when your opponent cards attack, you may choose 1 yellow Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand and play it in rest mode. If you do, negate this skill for the turn.
Getting bodies for free on the border is disgusting. That's all I have to say.
I'm very interested to see how the Overlord and Servant mechanic works with Garlic Jr. I mean, I think it's turn 1. It's super scripted, where you drop the Garlic Jr. army guy to get the field spell to summon Yamcha and pass turn. But like other than that, I'm interested in seeing how the whole deck looks.
Testing the waters that I did, it's a really good leader card. I do like how that effect resolves, so you can special summon your cards and do everything you can to build up the board, and just trying to do everything you can to annihilate your opponent for then the next turn, as long as they don't touch your servant cards or any of your Demon Clan cards. But other than that, it's pretty good and pretty reluctant to have. I really do enjoy this card a lot. For some reason I get a little bit flashbacks of Bojack, but all I think of this card is a lot better than Bojack, since Bojack didn't have that awakening thing. To have the condition to untap or everything.
Condition is so much
They
better.
literally had to print a card for that has an
I like the card for once you play of being able to draw 4 cards on your awaken turn. It's always good.
That is really good, yes. Adrian, what do you think?
So yeah, I was just like reading over the card. I don't know. I mean, on the front side, it seems okay. I've been out of the game for a while, so I'm still new to all these new mechanics and stuff. But I think for this leader to benefit, obviously you're going to want a turbo to the back, because I said it from day one with Dragon Ball. It's a resource-based game. Anytime you can play cards in a resource-based game for cheaper or for free, it's always going to be busted. So you definitely are going to want to get to the backside as soon as possible. And benefit of this archetype is pretty much all your guys are 2-drops. So you're gonna have a lot of targets to play for free, use the Overlord skill. Like there just looks like a lot of neat interaction with it, but I definitely want to see how quickly you can get to that backside.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go to our next card. It's one of the yellow unisons. It's Baby Resolute Avenger. It's a blocker. Its permanent effect is if you have 2 or more yellow battle cards in play in rest mode, this card, as well as your yellow leader card, gets 5,000 power. +1 marker, activate main. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. -2 marker, activate main. If your leader card is yellow, choose up to one of your mono yellow battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and switch it into active mode.
Well, that works with the secret. With the super rare Garlic Jr. the SR. I don't know. It just feels like, you have to play it because like it goes with the deck, but I don't know. It just feels like it's there.
Is it a baby one?
The problem for me without this card is since they started doing this 3 marker thing to pay a cost, I do have that trouble where I never get the chance to summon this card, and by the time I do, when it's like my 3rd turn, I'm already straight up to awakening to the guarded card because my opponent just pressures me for the attacks, and I pretty much barely have anything to stop my opponent. So
It did feel like that when we were playing.
Well,
but,
it also depends on what deck you're going against. If you're going against
I
another
think
pro
this
deck,
card is it's pretty unique. My only problem with it is it doesn't give you a benefit of a draw. It gives you a blocker and it gives you 5k, which is good. Like it gives off like that Gogeta vibe. For your leader is going to be sitting at a base 20k. But it's not for like the 3 mana. You're not really plussing off of it, in my opinion. But it can go for game, which I like with its -2 skill.
I feel like they should have just done with the Garlic Jr. leader what they did with the Vegito leader. Like just play a blocker and then if it dies, you get to awaken. I feel like that would be more beneficial for this deck.
That would have been so good.
it would have helped a lot, yeah. Of course, it could have been fine if they just made it a 2 marker thing and then just +1 and then, just do whatever you can so that you can just automatically.
Or they could have given it the treatment that the AOD blue leader does. So like, its unison is a 4 cost and it lets you active main pay 3/4 instead. So like they could have done that where it's okay, cool, active main pay 2 for unison, for a 3-drop unison.
Yeah. Okay. Adrian?
So I'm actually on Shenron's Lair, looking at the other yellow unison cards, and I think really the only thing that's hurting this baby unison is the 3 restricted yellow. Tapping 3 mana for this seems a little underwhelming, especially when you have other utility cards like Mechikabura and Broly. Like they seem like decent unison cards. So, again, I'm still new to all this unison stuff, but like I'm super hesitant to tap mana for something that's not going to gain me value like right away. With 3 mana for this or 3 energy for this,
And especially if you're awakened and you're tapping 3 for this.
Yeah, like if you're gonna tap 3 and you haven't awakened yet, and you're gonna get the 1 energy back, like I'm okay with that. But how often is that gonna happen?
Not that very often. There's a bunch of aggro
Exactly.
around right now, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking yellow should have gone maybe like a little bit better with the unison that didn't have to pay too much or ask too much to do that, especially for Garlic Jr. I really hope in the future they do make a better one so that I don't have to just focus with just baby, because I do want to get play a unison for this deck, but I don't want to pay like that much and then have Garlic Jr. get pressure so that my opponent doesn't see it to get like summon on turn 2. You just automatically just do pressure until I'm desperate to awaken, so I don't like that.
Is he the only yellow unison with 3 specified costs?
No.
No,
he's not. We
no,
got another one,
that's the other
which
one,
is
but
for-
we're going to say that for later. So
yes.
because in this set, sorry, Angel, this set they basically made all the unisons get like the 3 markers for summon and to play it. So
I think the problem with this card, like I said, it's another thing is you don't really benefit from playing the 3 mana for it. It's not in its respective deck. Like
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
Like-
with that for sure.
it should not go with Garlic Jr. for the sheer fact that Garlic Jr. is a swarm heavy deck. To tap 3 mana for this card on a turn isn't that great. Like, if we get a different... Garlic Jr. needs to get a different unison where its marker skill is either +1 to play something or to gain more hand advantage, so that way you keep spamming your cards out.
Well, I mean,
So it might come in the promo that we need it, but this baby is not in its respective deck. There could be a deck. I do think there is a deck, and this card does have potential. Just right now, not in Garlic Jr.
So like, so basically the benefit for having a unison with the specified cost of 3 would be to awaken as early as possible, right? But if you're looking at, card economy and you're looking at your trade-off, you're not going to be able to play that unison until turn 3. So you have to decide how your playstyle is going to be. If you're going to get full value off of this awakening skill, you're going to awaken with, 7, maybe 8 life if possible, so you can get full value out of it and flip to your backside with 6 life. I just don't think that's feasible in the game the way it's played right now, because you'll get hit from 8 to 4 in 3 turns easy, and it's like, is it even worth it playing it in the deck?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's not like Sin Shenron where you can spam a 9-drop or bench blocker that they get
This
and
is like
it
so
comes
terrible.
out.
Oh, yeah.
When two people talk, it just goes dead silent.
Exactly.
I mean, it's fine. We're used to that here. But besides Garlic Jr., I feel Machin Vegeta also suffers that problem. If he gets aggroed down, he can't summon the Dark Brawly on 3 and Awaken. So I know what you mean, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kind of rough.
Yeah, so it's really horrible to see this in the deck, and I do play it for now, and it's hard because I don't want to play Gogeta because when he does that +1, he requires you to discard 2 cards to draw 2 cards, but I don't like that because I might need those 2 cards for resources, and Garlic Jr. doesn't bring back cards from the dead, so...
Fun fact is that with that Gogeta, yes, you need to pitch 2 cards in order to draw 2, but you can just use the skill to gain a counter. You do not have to pitch 2 cards.
That's true.
So, you can have it sit there. Now, the only reason why you would do that is to gain value. Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well play the Vegeta. But the only reason why you would keep it on board is to gain the free cards that come out for Unison. So the Release from Evil and Vegeta.
Okay, so I
love
guess
Release from Evil.
Okay. Alright, so I guess we're done with babies so far. Let's go to the next card. We got Yamcha Demonic Transformation. It's a blocker and servant, and pretty much it's just your 20k beats that you just summon when you play the Machio Star on the first turn when you have it in your hand. It gets negated because of the Machio Star second effect, but then in the next turn it's already switched to a 20k blocker, which is amazing.
And
No.
if you pair Zarbon Resting Attendant, it's a reusable block.
Yeah.
It turns into a 25k blocker.
I like it, but I don't think that it's really meant to be pulled out with Machio Star turn 1 for the sheer fact that Machio Star plays it in rest mode, and it can't untap itself unless you use the Zarbon. Now, if you pair it with the Gohan, I think 2-drop Gohan that untaps 2 cards at the end of your turn. Is that the right card I'm thinking of, guys?
The rare from like set 7 or set 6, right?
Set 4. No, set 5. Set 5.
It's at the end of the turn.
Keep going.
At the end of the turn, he untaps 2 cards, and I think he has barrier too.
Yeah. So I think that you would have
Machio Star plays it inactive. I just read it. Its skills are negated.
Yeah, it's just the skills negate. It doesn't stay rest mode. You're
you would just play
Okay, I thought it played in. I thought it played in.
No, that was only the leader card and vinegar.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
you would just play it and then pass turn, and then it has blocker and servant again, and then you rest Zarbon it.
Alright.
When it blocks.
Next card.
so Master Roshi Demonic Transformation. Servant auto effect. If your leader card is a yellow Demon Clan card, when this card is played, draw a card, and you can activate the auto skill on copies of this card for the turn. Basically,
It's better played off Machio Star. That's for sure.
No,
Skills are negated.
the skill negates, you can't draw.
Oh, that's yeah, I know.
So again, only Garlic Jr. and Vinegar are your main key points of the deck, so that you summon them and you get to let this card draw. Otherwise, this card is just useless. I was gonna say earlier that I kind of wish that all the Demon Clans were blockers, so that cause it should be fun just to troll your opponent out. I know, or like,
Bro, if you want a bunch of blockers, just play Sense Gen on, dude.
Exactly.
Nah,
So like, my thing with this is like just by looking at these two cards, right, the Yamcha and the Roshi, you're gonna get your huge payoff if you're already awakened. So I'll go back to like what I said earlier. Like honestly, like I might be wrong, but one side for me is irrelevant. Like this guy needs to get to the back as soon as possible, so I can start playing battle cards for free and plussing. Like that's just how I see it. Like getting a free blocker and for free, like I said, is great. Getting a free Roshi, which is going to draw you a card when it's played, and then you can activate the servant ability to draw another card if you want to. Like it just seems like you get way more value when you're already flipped. And I hate one-sided leaders. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other way.
Not everybody's Vegex, bro.
You're not wrong.
Pretty much. Well, well, I mean, nobody's anti-Vegex except nobody here is Vegex supporter except for Mr. Yeovani here.
Yes. Founder.
Leaders in the game, though, that they get benefits on both sides. Like there are a lot of leaders that only benefit from when they're flipped, but there's a small handful of population of leaders in the game that get benefits on both sides. So you're not really playing from behind,
Yeah. And those are usually the top meta contenders that
that's true.
Okay, so let's go to our next card, and it's Bulma Demonic Transformation. Servant, activate main once per turn by paying 1 yellow energy. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 1 yellow unison card with specified cost of 3, or up to 1 yellow Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 3 or less among them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck.
this should have stayed as the 1K that you just play it. Look top 5, grab a Demon Clan, or grab the Unison.
It would have been nice as a 1-drop, yeah.
Yeah, it should not have been the active main tap 1, because I highly doubt you're going to be using that skill consistently.
I wish they were
You're gonna
1
be
drops.
playing them for free, no? So
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have to balance out, how are you going to make these 1 drops with Servant? Are you just going to make them all 1 power and then they're just 10k beat sticks? Or are you going to make them 5 power and make them 15 so they're always hitting?
I kind of wish the Demonic Transformation cards were 1 drops, make it easier, and then like the Elite 4 Demonics would have been 2 drops,
1 drop would have been too busted, because then you'd have 1 drop 20k beat sticks.
Alright,
That's stupid.
I got nothing wrong with that.
So, I mean, this card, for 1 yellow, it searches your super combo, so I guess that's not bad.
Well, the only super combo you're getting is the one that's not the that's not the one you're required to play in every other yellow deck. So nobody wants
the Demon Clan specific super combo. But I'm saying like the worst case scenario, right? Is you're paying 1 to search your super combo.
Yeah.
Or searching the baby unison.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're playing the baby unison, then yeah, of course.
But more likely than not, I don't think you're really gonna be paying 1 mana to do that. I'd rather pay the 1 mana to play one of the Elite 4 from my hand. Like, I would rather spin this than pay 1 mana to play an Elite 4 to get another beat stick out than play 1 mana to potentially whiff the top 5.
I just realized that they made the better yellow super
Speaking of
combo
Elite Four,
Krillin
you got Pokemon
instead of
leaders.
Demon Clan.
I like how you just realized that, because they should have done that in reverse, right? So that he would have been perfect for the deck instead of Krillin, which made his character looks pictures of. But we'll get to that.
Why
soon.
they gotta troll Krillin like that, bro? That art is so funny.
It's funny and messed up, but again, we'll get to it when we get to it. So, the next card we have is Gasu, the Demonic Elite 4. Activate main. If your leader card is a yellow Demon Clan card and you discard this card from your hand, add up to 1 Machio Star from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck. Auto by paying 1 yellow energy. If your leader card is a yellow Demon Clan card, when you activate Overlord skill, play this card from your hand. Basically, terraforming. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. Moving on. We got Tardo of the Demonic Elite 4. So yes, two auto effects. First one is when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next turn. Auto effect, paying 1 yellow energy. If your leader card is yellow, Demon Clan, when you activate Overlord skill, play this card from your hand.
Yeah, it's just a one drop 15k if you activate Overlord.
Yep. Still would rather pay the one to play this than play one with skill.
I do like its effect where it makes sure that your opponent can't have one of their cards in rest mode to be active, you know, like one of their beat sticks and stuff. Or blockers.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a keep it down.
since Shenron, to be honest, all I'm
Alright.
looking like when I look at
Are we really
this
gonna
deck,
talk about
it's
the
just
next
like
card?
it's just a spammy
Too
Sin
generic.
Shenron deck.
I'm okay with that.
That's what this all
Alright.
seems like to me, a spammy Sin
Vinegar of the
Shenron deck.
Demonic Elite Four.
Well, we're
Yeah,
not.
take it away.
Oh, yes,
what-
bypass the super combo.
The main combo, sir. How dare you, Angel? How dare you?
Come on, you know damn well that's not the main combo.
Shh. He's Elite 4. Don't dishonor him. Zoldo, the Demonic Elite 4. Super combo. If your leader card is yellow and your life is 4 or less, when this card is used for a combo, draw a card. Okay, moving on. Alright, so Vinegar of the Demonic Elite 4. When this card is played, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 yellow Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 2 or less among them other than copies of this card in rest mode. Then shuffle your deck. Auto yellow if your leader card is, you know, the same effect. Use special this card when you play Overload.
He's literally the best one because he gets spam out people and out of the 4 guys for that negate.
For sure, he's the best one.
Funny thing is, Gio, the other day when we were playing, I forgot to add this card to the deck because I forgot this card was already released. So that's
Yeah, that would help.
so you would need this card with Garlic Jr. because he is the main key point to make sure you get all your Demon Clan cards on the field, so you can go ahead and have your wall or your spam, as well as for that energy field negate. So that way you can on the next turn you can just obviously pressure down your opponent. I do wish one thing that they did give some of these cards maybe a little bit more to their abilities, maybe get a little dual attack, maybe a little barrier, you know, something else, you know.
So instead of them coming out for 1 mana, you think that they should have each respectively had their own trait, like how the Strike Force, Skinny Force used to have it, where each one has either double strike, dual attack, crit, or blocker.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would have been neat.
Because, like, we all know one set, we can't reveal that till next week, but we know one set, they're all servants, and they all have that one key string. Again, we can't say that, but we all know you know. So, we'll talk about it next week.
We know that you know that we know that.
Lou
you
is
know
back,
that, we know that you
baby.
know.
Damn it, Gio, you're killing the 4th wall, you're banned. Get out.
You're not Deadpool,
Is
bro.
Blue
Get out of
really
here.
back? Because I don't think it's really ever left.
We'll see.
Well, that's for next week.
Our
Moving on to Garlic Jr., commander of the Demon Clan.
It has Deflect, Indestructible, and it's Overlord. I know, I know, Noel. You're thinking of Zamasu flashbacks back in the day. If
Oh, true.
your leader card is yellow Demon Clan card, when this card is played, activate the skill. During your opponent's next turn, your leader cards and unison cards don't take damage from attacks of cards that have double strike or triple strike skills.
I wish he was a 2-drop so you could summon him for free.
I know.
That's a missed opportunity there. That's so missed.
That's
Yeah.
It's so
Trying to make this card super fair for no reason. Like a card like this, that's archetype specific, that needs a specific leader. Like, there's no reason this card should be fair. Like, let them have a broken card. Like, it's fine.
I
I
do.
don't know.
It would have been super
I
good.
mean,
I don't know.
The thing
Its
that sucks
beefcake
is that
form's pretty unfair.
the beatstick form I think sucks, but we'll get to that.
I mean, I do like how it makes sure it doesn't get touched by anything. And Indestructible, obviously, because his character is technically immortal based from the movie, so that's pretty cool. And I really did like how it makes sure that you don't take any heavy damages from your opponents. Unless they do have quad strike, then you're pretty much...
Doesn't take
Yeah.
take damage either.
Exactly.
Which is also pretty cool.
The only thing,
Right,
but then it
doesn't this
Yeah,
point
so
to the
now you have to
fact
choose
that
between this or the unison. What are
you're
you
in
gonna
that awkward
play?
situation of having to either play the 3-drop or play the unison.
that which is the
Right.
which is one of the problems. So it makes it hard to play this card and everything. So and it's pretty much sucks. So talking about it. So talking about it. So I will take out maybe Baby out of my deck because it doesn't really worth that time. I mean, Garlic Jr. is the main key point to have in the deck. Otherwise, how are you going to protect yourself from like everything that you're building up, and with when your opponent just does these furthering Champa cards, or even maybe that Majin Vegeta when it gives it double strike, and hell, like triple strike is even, and triple strike is just even worse. I mean, quad strike is not going to happen because that's once in a lifetime, only depending on how long the game goes.
Jiren.
Cell Zeno called. He's like, I'm a card.
Exactly.
What about Jiren, guys? The original quad strike. Oh wait, no, the original one is Whis.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was
card.
it was always Whis. I mean, they did miss the opportunity to give Whis the secret rare, but he's the only rare card in the game with 40,000 power. So
Not wrong.
Well, we got Piccolo Demonic Transformation next. I like this counterplay, Kevin. I
So-
like this review.
So it's a counterplay that if your leader card is mono yellow, play this card. Then if the card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it's play with its skill negated for the turn. Permanent during your opponent's turn, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So I'm gonna let Angel talk about something because he told me he didn't really like this card, so I want to hear his point of view.
Yeah, no, I personally do not like it too much because it's you pay 2 mana to not crush a ball, to cold bloodlust something that is a 4 or less, but and it's only a beat stick on board. Like, I would have liked it if it said counterplay, play this card, and then auto on play, you know, you can choose something to negate its skills, because then it would work with the leader skill very well. But seeing as though and plus it only hits 4 or less, I hate that. If it didn't have the restriction on it, I would have been fine. But
I feel like they're doing
That's
all
my
these
problem.
4 or less thing, all these 4 or less.
Gio, you said you like the card. Defend it.
I do. Just not in Garlic Jr.
Can any
I
of
like
you
it.
hear me?
No, we hear you. They just interrupted for no reason. Go ahead, Noah.
I was gonna say I think the reason why they're doing 4 or less for all these counterplays is that if they're specified like this, then decks that like to go tall don't just get crapped on by these kind of cards. Because if it was just like, yeah, just choose anything that goes tall that likes to play big fat boss monsters, that has that's a mid range and likes to play tall, just complete gets crapped on by all these counterplays if they didn't have a specified energy to target cards.
So like,
Bring
so
back
back
mine
in the
in
day,
Hilly Zone.
in the day when I was still playing, like Champa the Trickster was running rampant all over the place. So Champa
Okay,
the Trickster, obviously, yeah, you have to play dual color, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Champa the Trickster has no cost restriction to what it's countering. So a strategy where your top end is your win con and you're tapping out whether it's 5, 6, 7 mana to win the game, and you get Champa, then you just lose. So yeah, I mean, I can see it more of a balancing effect, which I don't have a problem with. I think this card's fine. You know, cost reduction in hand to 2 for counterplay for 4 or less. You're still countering something that's 4 mana for 2 mana, so you're getting value out of it. I mean, again, this is just really fair. It's just a fair card.
Yeah, so like the thing with Champa the Trickster though is that it only makes it come in rest mode, or it puts it in rest mode if I'm not mistaken. I forget what the card does.
It rests a card and you draw
Yeah.
a card.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Champa the Trickster is still balanced because you're just stopping them from attacking. Like if they have an on-play auto, it's still gonna go off. So like for instance, that Goku Black that came out in the last set that blows up 2 energy, it's still gonna go off if you Champa the Trickster it. But this like let's say that Goku Black was a 4-drop. If you did this, then it's just like, okay, cool. I mean, not like, I'm sorry. Let's say this wasn't restricted by choosing 4 or less. It was just like, just choose the card. it would just kill that Goku Black card that just blows up your energy. It's just like, haha, okay, cool. And it has triple strike. The triple strike is gone. Bye. Like it just completely poops on all decks that like to go tall and have a win con where their big boss monster does a lot, and that's not fun for players that like to play that kind of style.
I mean, Mutaido's also a good card in that aspect too.
Would you
Just
guys?
a copy printed anniversary box part 2.
Would you guys? Would you guys think this card may have been Servant since it's a demonic transformation or anything?
Yeah, that's another missed opportunity.
Because
I don't know why.
Because how?
I don't know why.
If they had made it a 10k with Servant, then okay, but it's a 15k.
I
Because
mean,
then this would be one of your kind of be like a boss monster.
I mean, why not?
But
It's
Majin
a-
Vegeta has a 20k servant that's 30k, so you know.
I mean, yeah. What the hell? Do you want to give? Why do you have to give your deck specialty Noel? It's not fair.
Because Majin Vegeta isn't packed full of servant cards. This deck is. You only have what 2 servant cards in the whole entire deck? Yeah, no.
I don't care. I don't care if
Yeah, the
you.
green one, yes.
Piccolo should have been a servant. It should be fair. I mean, it's a super rare for God's sake, so he had the opportunity to be a 25
Exactly.
servant.
So why would it be a servant if it's a super rare? Come on, bro. Give Piccolo some credit. He's not bad. Gosh.
They missed
This
that.
card is good. This is not
Well,
a bad
speaking
card.
of bad, Garlic Jr., Overlord of the Dead.
Oh wait, hold on,
Bad.
hold on, guys. Hold on. Adrian was giving me something, so let's give Adrian a chance. Go ahead, Adrian.
This is it's not a bad card. Like 2 mana to stop a 4-drop. Again, you're getting value because your opponent is paying 4 mana for something and you're countering. You're basically, it's a bloodlust on legs, and then you're getting a 15k body and a free 5k combo. So it's not a bad card. No, maybe
Unless you bring a Sin Shenron and you bring out a 4-drop for nothing or for 1 mana.
So that just would have made it mesh better with the archetype.
I feel like, to be honest, I kind of think this goes better with Sin Shenron. Not gonna lie. Because if you don't have that 9-drop out to stop people from playing things that go off on you, you could play this for 2 mana on their turn and just be like, nope.
Well, I mean, they got a Shadow Dragon that almost does the same thing. Right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later on. But
Okay.
Yes, you will.
So now here we're going to talk about is Garlic Jr. Overlord of the Dead Zone. Unique, indestructible, critical. Exit balls by paying 1 yellow entry on a yellow Garlic Jr. with energy cost of 3. It has Overlord, of course, and activate main once per turn. If your leader card is a yellow Demon Clan card, look at the bottom card of your deck. If it's a yellow Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 2 or less, you may play it. Otherwise, return it to the bottom of the deck.
I feel like they should have done the same thing with the 3-drop. Like, give that effect of looking at the bottom and playing it.
Like Majin Vegeta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like...
I wish this had double strike and crit. Like, I don't know.
Yes, double strike, thank you.
Yeah, I
You
feel
two
like-
read my mind, thank
like-
you.
Yeah, I feel like it's very underwhelming in terms
Card is
of like a boss
this card.
monster. It's very underwhelming for when it comes to ending the game, because it's a unique. It's not like you can have 4 of these guys out and just be like, "Okay, cool, swing." They're
At
all
least
30
it's 1
crits.
mana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this card is
But
this
again,
card
it's
is
unique.
way
Yeah.
too fair for the supposed boss monster of the archetype. I mean, I don't know why it has the unique tag. I don't feel like it have the unique tag. I mean, I don't think it's game breaking to where if you had multiples of these, it would be that. I mean, I don't know. EX Evolve for 1 yellow is good, but you play the 3-drops. It's technically 4 mana that you're dumping into this. With
It would have been better if Garlic Jr. been a free summon, and then you could have evolved it for 1.
Or even like maybe not make Garlic Jr. free, but like EX Evolve on a Garlic Jr. energy cost of 3. Like, it doesn't need that clause energy cost of 3. Just let him keep evolving over himself. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
That's true.
It really hurts
that would've
me.
been good.
It hurts me as well as these other Garlic Jr. Fanatics and players who want to try this deck out, and then Seeing that you took the eye there, Noel, it does make they should have had that opportunity where they did the same thing like what Majin Vegeta or Set 2 Trunks did, where they look at the bottom card of their deck and they have that specific type of card in it. They could have done something, and then they could have had the board wipe closer.
Yeah, the active main of this card should also be on the 3-drop. Because and then the 3-drop should be a 2-drop, because then the deck would be able to turbo a little better, and it still would be a fair deck. It wouldn't be overpowered.
My thing is, it should have been able to grab the 3-drop. Like, it should not have the restriction of 2 or less. It should have been 3 or less, seeing as though there's only one other demon clan, which is the Garlic Jr.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like if it grabbed 3-drops, then it would have been great, because then you can just re-grab the Garlic Jr. back if you tucked it with the super combo. So that way now you're pretty much safe from double strike and triple strike for that next turn.
Yeah.
And it does a pretty decent trade-off.
That makes a lot of sense actually.
Okay.
So.
All right. So the next.
Sounds like missed opportunity. The deck.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah,
missed opportunity.
they
Did
did
change-
so
did they
much
change
missed
Card
opportunity.
designers for yellow, because holy crap, man, what is this?
So, yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I think Yellow's been getting a little bit of lackluster support these past 2 sets. But that's my opinion.
Shenron was a
since-
tier 1 deck.
Yeah, Shenron is a tier 1 deck, and I don't think it's going to stay tier 1 because of all the crazy shit that's coming out this set, but it's definitely gonna be a contender for being a top deck.
It's just building itself so far, which is why they're taking it one step at a time until the next set when they get the final 3 dragon cards to show themselves.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I want to see what that is. I need my Nova Shenron, bro.
Yeah.
Omega
Oh,
Shenron.
and they still need to make Omega Shenron, because since Shenron is different from Omega Shenron.
That is true. Omega Shenron is all the Dragon Balls.
Some,
Honestly, I'm upset that the Sin Shenron is a secret rare. I think it should have at least just had the name Omega Shenron, just to look cool.
I think, to be honest, like the way they have the name of the leader, like leader of the Shadow Dragons, I think like he should, like that leader card should have been Omega Shenron. The card should have been Sin Shenron.
okay.
I
That's
think
just
we're
me
gonna get
thinking.
I think we're gonna get an Omega Shenron leader.
As long, I'm okay with that, as long as all these cards that are coming out work with that leader.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like it's gonna work out. It's gonna be, I think it might just be a little bit more of a really similar to the other Omega Shenron, to the Sin Shenron leader, except it's probably not gonna have the tap 6 skill.
Yeah, it's not gonna have that, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, as long as like all these cards that are coming out work with that leader, like you can either choose between Sin Shenron or Omega Shenron as a leader, like with the Android 21, like the starter, like the expert deck or the set card. Like, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think the leader should be a win con.
Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the next card. It's the main key point of the deck. It's Machio Star. It's a field spell. 2 auto effects. The first one is when you activate this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 yellow Demon Clan card among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. The second auto is if your leader card is a yellow Demon Clan card, at the end of your turn, choose up to 1 yellow Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand, and play it with its skills negated for the turn.
It's a good card.
It's a good card.
Like Vampa, it is also the main key point of the deck.
I mean, it's a tutor. Tutors are always good in any card game. We all know this, especially a 1-drop tutor. I mean,
Yeah.
deck for your pieces, and then playing stuff for free. Like I said, you're playing stuff for free, so that's always good.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to this awesome negate called Energy Field. Counterattack.
We got a lot of cards to go through.
Counterattack, negate the attack, and you can activate copies of this card for the turn. If you have 4 or more yellow Demon Clan cards in play, your opponent can only attack once more for the turn. Permanent, if you have 4 or more yellow Demon Clan cards in play, you can activate this card from your hand without paying the energy cost.
So they basically made a dormant for specifically Garlic Jr. and that's okay, but it's also a little upsetting. I think like this should have just been a generic yellow card.
That's for sure.
But then you just make yellow have a stupid negate then. Even
I
make
mean,
Yeah,
that's what yellow has always been about. Yellow has always been about stalling, and they gave dormant legend or dormant potential, whatever the hell it's called, to green. I mean, green.
Potential only.
Yeah, I mean, green needed that card because that's what makes green right now. But like at the same time, it's just like, okay, what about yellow?
yeah, we got released
Yeah,
from evil, guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
we got
I mean, you have
then
Nimbus.
oh yeah,
and
okay,
Protector
cool.
people.
Yeah, cool. Nimbus totally stops triple striking, or sorry, triple attacking unisons, right? Yeah, because unison's a
Yeah.
battle
Yeah, man.
card. Yeah.
Yeah, can't
Ex-
have all the good stuff.
exactly.
And then the fact that now we have a bunch of leaders that restand and stuff. Oh, I don't know. Gohan.
The boy.
hmm
Yep.
So
Next.
you know,
So-
Nimbus is kind of like it's not kind of, it's very lackluster when you compare it to Dormant.
Okay.
Oh, I played a baby player in a set 9 tournament with Gohan, and I killed him through Nimbus, and he was so mad.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
Uh,
funny.
So our next
that
card.
was glorious.
why would anyone pitch a card for Nimbus against the Gohan deck?
Because they're bad.
He had no idea. He had never seen Gohan.
Oh my god.
Okay, so our next
Yeah.
so our next card is Super Water of the Gods. Activate main, choose one of your battle cards with Servant skill, negated skill for the turn, then switch it to active mode.
I thought there was gonna be some big payoff with this, and it just seems.
It's kind
Just-
of like a crappy version of Vengeful Onslaught.
Just play Zarbon. That's all. That's all you gotta
why I
do.
was excited for that.
Yeah, just Zarbon's the only thing that makes a comeback in that card. I actually did like that card. It's just you had to wait the right timing, and now Zarbon's coming back. So don't bother with this card, guys.
I feel like it should have just been.
It's cool.
So like, if you negated skills for the turn, it would lose the 10k. So then that the servant card would just be a shitty 10k. They should have just made it so that way you can just restand a servant card.
yeah.
In my
So
opinion,
like I said, just play Zarbon. Let's move on. So now we got
Carbon's only on their turn, so you know.
yeah, but it's better than
My
nothing. So
boy.
so we got Sun
Kid,
Gohan.
Gohan.
Permanent during your turn. If you have a skillless battle card in play, this card gets 5,000 power. Auto, when this card attacks, draw one card, then up to one card from your life to your hand. Awaken, if your life is 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over to Sun
Sounds
Gohan.
like garbage to me.
Sun Gohan and so Sun Gohan and Icarus found this friendship.
Fire Dragon.
I don't know why they called him Higher Dragon. It's Icarus, bro.
Because it's the it's the Japanese version, but no one likes that name because it sounds stupid. Activate
No,
main.
Higher Dragon is stupid. What the hell?
No, Higher Dragon is stupid is what I'm saying, Noel, not Icarus. I love the Icarus. We're dub fans, what do you expect? So activate main, once per turn, draw one card, then play up to one yellow skillless battle card with an energy cost of 1 from your drop area. Activate battle, once per turn, when this card is in a battle, if there is a monster card in your combo area, draw one card.
This leader is actually a lot better than it is on paper. Like,
This leader is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah, it's free pluses. You
Value on both sides, like I said earlier. Like, you get value on both sides. So he's pushing 15k on the front. He can turbo awaken, and then it's basically like kind of like a weenie rush deck, but you get payoff for it, so it's really good.
oh yeah.
Mini Rush Drag, yeah.
And you could play the 1-drop Vanilla Khalifa and then the 4-drop SR, as she can evolve on top. Like, there's a lot of cute little texts that can do.
Write this
Yeah,
down,
so like,
Angel, write this down.
Junior Unison with it as well.
Well, the thing is, Kevin, I can't run that. I can't run that Khalifa because the unison you run for the deck shuts it down.
And let's see why. It's called
Yeah.
Son Goku, forever in our memories.
This
And-
card is bonkers.
So
Oh, it's so good.
its permanent
Card is
is if your leader card is yellow, all of your battle cards in both yours and your opponents are and their energy cost of 5 or less have their skills negated, and all of your battle cards with energy cost of 1 get 5,000 power. 0 plus activate main, play up to 2 yellow skillless battle cards with an energy cost of 1 from your drop area. -2 activate main, if your leader card is yellow, your opponent can only attack with battle cards once during their next turn.
This card is insane. This is
It's a skill drain.
Floodgates in any card game. I mean, I come from Yu-Gi-Oh. Floodgates in Yu-Gi-Oh are terrible. Floodgates in any card game are always going to be, problematic. And this is a skill drain. That's disgusting. And then also for free, you get to revive 2 cards from your drop area.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
And let's not
15k beat sticks.
and let's not forget the
That's
most
like a
important thing: the artwork is. Wow.
Oh yeah. Sick.
Noel, I know how much this means a lot to you. It's okay. I have a tissue.
It's okay. My 9-drop Shenron doesn't get affected by this.
No way. Okay, and then so we already have like Vanilla, Sun Gohan, and then Icarus Vanilla. And now the next.
Fire Dragon.
Shut the fuck up. And the next card is Piccolo,
I
a
agree
bad
with
omen.
Kevin. Shut the fuck up.
It's Fire Dragon.
Dude, no one.
And these cards.
No one
It's-
cares what you think
it's-
called, bro. We all know it's called Icarus.
It's Icarus. We're wasting time, so let's move on. Piccolo, a bad omen. Add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card is played, look at the top 7 cards of your deck and play 1 yellow skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 among them, then shuffle your deck.
So much value. There's just too much value with this already.
Yeah, no, the deck's super good because you get so much value. You play this turn 2 or turn 1, you get your beat stick out, and then your leader skill is active. So now you have a 15k leader. You have a 5k card, and if you have if you keep this card on the field and you play the Son Goku card, it is now a 10k beat stick. Then if you go into the boss card of the deck, it turns into a 15k beat stick for free.
There's just too much value.
It's pretty good. It's just
Too much value.
basic search and play, like it. Next we got, of course, all of our favorite Krillin moments before comeback.
What the hell, bro?
What is this? Why is he smiling? Why is he ready to get his neck removed or get raped? Because look how beefy Garlic Jr. is. Holy shit.
Sounds like hentai monster written all over it.
Why does it look like it's Geo?
It does look like a monster.
I feel like it's Geo in the background crushing someone's hope and dreams. Name.
It's it's glorious, as they like to say.
So it's
It's Harrogate.
so.
Harrogate.
If you know this, Adrian, I'll read you. So we have these super combo cards, obviously, that have these abilities where when their life is 4 or less, all your energy is depending on the color of the type that it is, and on your leader. When this card is used as a combo, it'll get the 10k, and then you get to choose 1 card in your hand, place it at the bottom of the deck, and then if you do, you draw 2 cards. So it's basically
Getting rewarded for playing monocolored deck.
this also is a great thing because Yellow finally got a super combo that's finally worthwhile since Shugesh got banned. And this is what we need because all we've been getting is 10k super combos that activate on 4 or Sparking 5 that's what we got. And no Geo, I don't count multicolor cards because that's different.
I mean, the Gohan we got in last set was pretty good. Like, that super combo had a lot of utility to
But
it.
this actually did a lot better, and I'm glad because Yellow needs a push for super combos, and thank God we finally do. And of course, it has to have the best artwork. So,
Yeah.
so I think this compared against the Goku farewell artwork, Yellow, mwah, you done it again. Thank you.
Son Gohan and Icarus flying high.
Excuse you, sir. It's Son Gohan and higher.
Icarus flying high, unique and dual attack, permanent. If this card would be removed from a battle area, it is sent to the owner's warp instead. Permanent, all of your yellow skillless battle cards with energy cost of 1 gain 5,000 power. Activate main by playing 1 yellow energy. If you have 3 or more energy and choose 2 of your yellow skillless battle cards with energy cost of 1 and place them in their owner's drop area, play this card from your hand.
Lit.
Oh yeah, like this card. So direct comparison, right? This is the boss monster for Gohan, and then the Garlic Jr. boss monster for the Demon Clan. These cards are like so far apart. Like, I mean, this is also unique. I could see why it's got dual attack. You know, gives you plus 5k and all that other stuff. But this is a card I could consider like a boss monster. Okay, this is coming out. You swing with your little guys, you get them off the board, you bring this guy out, and then you just keep going. There's like an extender. But compared to the Garlic card, that one was just so underwhelming compared to this one.
Yeah, this card was a really good card. Like, it's a really good card in its respective deck. I'm upset that it is an uncommon. I would have liked it to be an SR so that way it can have an alternate art of Gohan singing or dancing with the dragon.
Icarus.
Anyone remember that scene?
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been good alternate art for this. The card brings out a lot of utility for the deck for 1 mana. Like I said earlier, he turns all your cards into. If you have the Unison out, all your 1-drops are 15k beat sticks, just for free. Then it's dual attack. One thing I don't understand, maybe I'm not seeing it, is that it has to go to the warp if you get rid of it. Because I'm not sure Yellow really has a way to resurrect stuff from the discard pile, so I don't know why it would remove itself.
Well, maybe that's for like future design.
Could be.
If they ever make a Yellow Monster Reborn,
That's,
a problem.
yeah.
Or you mean like a
Gohan
return from
Fire
the
Dragon
different?
Single
You mean like return from the different dimension
I
style?
was thinking that.
Because it's a
I was
warp
thinking
area,
they
so.
didn't get much.
Also, one last thing, I'm very disappointed that every time we do see the Gohan card, it has to be him from the movie set. That's where he has the bowl cut hairstyle. It's supposed to be the Garlic Jr. fillers area with the Makio Star. He's supposed to have the long hair. Damn it, Bandai, one job. Let's move on. So next we got Exceptional Ability Pan. Blocker auto if you have a yellow unison card in play. When you play this card, draw.
Every color got one.
Yeah.
Cantrip.
Well, every color is going to get one except for black, unfortunately.
I want to see the Shadow Dragons.
So yes, here we go. So we're gonna start with the Shadow Dragon. So we got the 7-star ball, negative energy overflow. Permanent, this card can't attack and isn't affected by your opponent's skill. Activate main. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card and you place this card in its owner's drop area, choose up to 1 Naturon Shenron card with an energy cost of 2 from your deck or hand and play it, then shuffle your deck and look if you look through it.
So good.
It's a free 15k you get out, so that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like, it's like a crappy version of swap,
So
if you will.
here we got.
Yeah.
So the next card we got is Naturon Shenron, the Terramancer. Auto, when this card attacks, place up to 1 Shadow Dragon card from your drop area to the bottom of your deck.
Good for
Super
when you
good.
have the ball that you don't want in, like you want in your deck versus your drop area. You could just swap it and put it there.
Recycling
Also good.
is
Also puts your 9
amazing.
drops back, so you know.
Yeah, so recycling is the main thing that this card does, which makes the deck even more broken than ever, because you're gonna go use everything you can to hurt your opponent even more.
Yeah, and then it also helps with the fact that, like, you want to play Shadow Dragons from the deck, you don't want to play them from your hand, because then you lose hand advantage. So now you don't have a hard time deciding what to combo away, because it's just like, okay, cool, well, I will, like, let's say you have, let's say you played 3 Sin Shenrons out, like, they got rid of all 3 of them. Then you have a 9-drop in your hand, and a 4-drop in your hand, and you need a combo to survive something, or so you don't lose any resources. It feels bad to have to combo away that 4-drop just so you don't drop dead. With this, you can just be like, okay, cool, I don't care, combo 4-drop or combo 9-drop, and then play this next turn, put it under the deck, and now I'm gonna go up the chain again. Yay.
Yep.
Are we going to talk about how this card actually fits its character's design of tunneling? And
Yep.
placing cards under?
Yeah, it's a mole, but to me it looks like a naked mole rat.
I mean, it's still a mole, Lomao.
So it is, yeah, part of the mole family. So the next card is
And then he evolves into a dragon.
Super Naturon Shenron Pan Absorb. X evolve by paying 1 yellow energy with a Naturon Shenron with an energy cost of 2. 2 auto effects. The first one is when this card is played, place up to 3 Shadow Dragon cards from your drop area at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then this card gains dual attack for the turn. Second auto effect by paying 1 yellow energy. When this card is used in a combo, play 1 7-star ball negative energy overflow from your drop area.
Okay, real quick about this card. It should have had some sort of Union Absorb where you had to snag Pan. Maybe to gain an additional skill. I think it should have eaten Pan. to fit
You
the character.
mean like what was the card in set 2 that was like that? It was like a red robot that if it absorbed pen, it got like 25k
Oh
double
yeah,
check.
it was that fat thing. Yeah, from
Yeah.
the machine
It was part
machine
of
mutants.
that machine mutant thing. It was like a 25k beater, but it couldn't swing unless it had pen
But
underneath it.
that was set.
Right.
But that was set 3, not 2. 3 was where we had the GT stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
set 3. Yeah, set 3.
No,
Yes, flavor-wise, I mean, it makes sense, but I mean,
we're past flavor now with this game.
yeah.
but yeah, I do want to question Noel GT, since you're the GT expert. Did this thing actually absorb her or something?
Yeah.
I believe it ate her and then it absorbed her.
No. Okay, how it goes is it quote unquote died. So like we didn't see it. Pan picks up the Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball just like starts absorbing her into it, and then I remember that's how it happened. She grabbed the Dragon Ball and got absorbed into it, and then
I haven't watched GT in a while, so
Oh,
Yeah, I need to rewatch that.
you disappoint me,
I
Noel.
remember that fight. Like the Shadow Dragon arc is something I remember vividly because it's one of the only good things out of GT.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay.
I do remember that all the Shadow Dragons weren't even fighters. Like, the only real martial artists were Sin Shenron, Nova Shenron, and Ice Shenron. That's it.
And
Everyone else used tricks.
And speaking of the ice, we got 3-star ball negative energy overflow. Permanent. This card can attack if it isn't affected by your opponent's skill. Activate main. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card and you place this card in your owner's drop area, choose up to 1 Ice Shenron card with an energy cost of 2 from your deck or hand. Play it, then shuffle your deck through it. And we have the Ice Shenron, the Diabolic. X evolve by paying 1 yellow energy. Ice Shenron with an energy cost of 2. Counterplay, if your leader card is mono yellow, play this card, and if the card being played has energy cost of 5 or less, it's played with its skill negated for the turn. Auto, if your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards, ignoring barrier, and negate its skills for the turn.
I think this is really good. I don't think it's so like it's a hefty price to pay for a counterplay. I still think
it's a utility card.
yeah, it's a utility card. I would play this at 2. I don't think I would play it more than that. But it's a really good card, especially for troublesome unisons. So like for instance, like Demigra or the Frieza. The two unisons that any of the green decks use right now, where you, instead of losing a marker, you can just take a damage or crit a damage from your life. This really helps against that because it's like Sin Shenron has a really hard time against those decks just because of the simple fact that like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna keep on taking a life instead of losing a marker, so that way I can get my free counter plays off, and it's just like, okay, well, feels bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I wanted to ask this question about the shadow balls or the negative energy balls.
Sure, go ahead.
Does Son Goku Forever in Our Memories affect these cards?
If that is out before the ball, yes. If not, then no.
Well, no, it says that your opponent's cards don't affect it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but the thing is that the permanent of those cards, of these balls, don't go into effect until after they hit the field. So you would have to have those star balls before they drop that unison. Because once that unison is out, the permanent is constant and it's constantly checking. So it doesn't matter if it has a permanent. The skills will be negated the second it hits the field because that permanent is out before the ball permanent.
Okay.
Crazy. That's insane.
That's actually pretty good, really. Thank you, Noel. Have a cookie. Alright, so...
You know, the next one is a really good card.
So, Ice Shenron the Cryomancer.
Yes, my SR. My first Shadow Dragon SR.
The counterplay, if your leader card is mono yellow, play this card, and the card being played is played in rest mode. Activate main by paying 1 yellow energy. Discard this card from your hand. Play up to 1 Shadow Dragon card with an energy cost of 1 from your deck with its skills negated for the turn, then shuffle your deck.
This is an easy 4 of Instant Shenron. Like, there's no way around it.
especially with all these new Shadow Dragons coming out, the deck is going to have to be a 60 card deck. And this helps you, instead of having to worry about starting off with a Star Ball, you can just worry about getting the boss monsters. So like the 4-drop, or the 4-drop by Shenron, or the 4-drop from the Turon Shenron, or the 9-drop Sin Shenron. Everything else is gonna be getting played from the deck. And
You know what's interesting? There was at Gen Con a 60 card Shenron deck topped, by the way.
really,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So,
this SR is a phenomenal card. Like, and it also, I think, and you mentioned this to me earlier, Gio. I'm starting to see why you made that statement. It makes it so you don't have to play 4 of every Star Ball, because you can play it from the deck, and then the Turon can just be like, okay, cool, put it back in the deck. So it leaves, so like, because there are more Shadow Dragons, you have to play a 60 card deck, but then because of this card, you don't have to worry about playing so many Star Balls, so it still leaves some room for more cards and more flexibility for the deck.
Okay.
I like that it's a usable counterplay too.
Yeah, I think, I mean, yeah, it's really good if you're turn 2 and for some reason you haven't been able to go into any kind of sort of chain. It helps you survive a little bit longer, because remember, since Shenron is a defensive stall deck until you reach turn 6 and storm the field, or if you have Cell Secret Rare, you just Cell Secret Rare the crap out of them.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And the next card we have is Super Ice Ray. Counterplay: if your leader card is mono yellow, if the card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it's played in rest mode.
Crusher Ball. The weaker Crusher Ball.
I mean, it is a weaker Crusher Ball, but it also stops Unisons.
I mean, to stop Unisons, I play Belmod, but like, you know, the good thing about this card?
But no one's gonna play 2 for Belmont.
It depends on the deck. But this card hits World Tournament Arena, guys. So, you know, Invoker is down return, or not World Tournament.
Oh shit, you're right.
So it's more like a side deck. Go ahead, Adrian.
This says counterplay energy cost 4 or less. If you're casting a Unison card, you don't have printed costs, but if you pay X amount of energy for it, does that now make it that cost?
Yes. You have to tap more than 4 in order to avoid Super Ice Ray.
Alright. Yes, it's very fair. But now we're gonna get to the hype, the black stuff, the amazing stuff. We got rid of all that boring yellow stuff already.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm excited.
How dare you, sir? Shut the fuck up. Let's just.
Oh, I had to do something for the hype here.
Oh, whatever. So let's.
I'm gonna depart here. My category is finished. I also do have to go run some errands. If we had started a little bit earlier, maybe I could have stayed for the black stuff.
Gio's fault.
You damn heretic! Get out of my face.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us in the show, Angel. We'll go ahead and see you next week for the blue set review. Okay.
Yep, you will.
All right. Goodbye.
Blue is trash.
That's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the black cards. So we got Son Goku. Auto Burst 3. When this card attacks, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then draw a card. Awaken: when your life is 4 or less, you may draw 1 card and switch 1 card in your energy to active mode and flip this card to Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku, Guardian of History. Double Strike. Double Strike. Permanent. During your turn, this card gets 5,000 power for every 8 black cards in your ward. Activate main. Once per turn, place up to 4 black battle cards from your ward in your drop area, then draw a card.
So, if you play the actual Unison that they want you to, you can awaken turn 2 every time if you choose to. If not, you can stay on the unawakened side and keep bursting through your deck. Like, it really gives you the flexibility for you to decide if you want to awaken or not awaken. The fact that the Bibidi super combo is ridiculous with this leader is also absurd. And the fact that, you know, if you're playing Overrealm, you could play Trunks Power Sing over time to get back the Bibidi. The fact that the 6-drop Goku we're going to see here that has double strike and crit also makes it so that it pumps up the leader, the negate helps as well. I think it's a very interesting leader to explore. I don't think it's you put the Vegex core and make it that. I think it has some flexibility. I think there's some uniqueness. You could also play the ISR from set 7 and play Kraken Space Time if you wanted to.
Oof.
Word. Oh yes.
So like, there's a lot of different routes you can go. You could also, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could play Crisis Crusher with this as well. Like, I don't know, it's got flexibility to do different things that you wanted to, but I'm glad they gave us Xeno Goku, and it's something worth exploring. I mean, you can still play the Vegex stuff. You don't have to play the Unison.
I'm just glad that they made a good SS4 Goku leader, because the only SS4 Goku leader was that yellow one, and it only topped like what, 2 events, and it was kind of caca, kind of garbage.
It was like kitchen table. That was a kitchen table leader.
Yeah, basically.
Fun, but I mean,
Okay. So
like with this stuff here, like this is obviously aggressive. Like you
In
just
your
gonna want
face.
to turn sideways every time. Like
And
Red decks win, bro. Red decks win.
this is just in your face. You're gonna get a shit ton of cards in hand. You're gonna get a lot of advantage. You're gonna try to awaken as quickly as possible.
You're gonna be playing a lot of things for free.
yep.
I mean, you could play a Food Mission Accomplished, you could play Koizukai, you could play all the good black cards in this deck. So I mean,
You're gonna overwhelm like you crazy every turn, and it's just gonna get a shit ton of value.
Okay.
because I
Free.
noticed that the Goku SR is probably the boss monster of this deck, and it can evolve over the 1-drop negate, which is really interesting.
Well, let's see
Or-
when we get to that point.
Free overwhelm card, maybe that one too.
Okay, so the next card we have is yours and my boy Geo, Super Saiyan 4 Son Gohan,
Yes.
Beyond the Ultimate, a Unison black card.
Whoa! How dare you?
Sir,
I am a part of this. I have been wanting SS4 Gohan since the beginning of time. Okay.
I mean, Adrian's also a really big Gohan fan like me.
you're right.
Okay. Yeah.
Every-
Don't exclude us.
All right.
How dare you?
Everyone's Super Saiyan 4 Son Gohan Beyond the Ultimate, because I know auto effect once per turn. When you activate an Overwhelm skill, add a marker to this card. Plus, when activate main, place up to 2 black battle cards from your warp into the drop area. -3 mark, activate main, add up to 2 black battle cards with powers between 20,000 and 30,000 from your warp to your hand. Then this card gains 15,000 power and dual attack for the turn.
He's okay. He's okay.
I have one problem with this Unison. I think they should have made him a specified 2 black and then made it a 10k, just because of the simple fact that people are gonna see this Unison and they're just gonna start swinging at it, and that's not good. Like this Unison, like people will see you drop this Unison and they're just gonna be like, okay, cool, just gonna kill that, so you gain no advantage over me whatsoever. And that's my big problem with this leader. I mean Unison.
Unison.
I mean, he is one.
I-
Sorry, you want to go ahead?
Keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant, but I'll let you go first. Guys.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, all this card is like, it just could help only if, like, maybe the Broly deck, where it just gets you back your 30,000 power cards from the warp and stuff, and you just make this card basically just make it a 20k dual attack and, you know, do as much damage you can.
Wow.
So
Here, I'm gonna give you some spice. There is a deck that's not Brawly that can use this. Demigra
Once per
uses
turn,
this.
though. It's once per turn. I was looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
If his auto said when you activate Overwhelm, add a marker to this card, then yeah, Demigra with the wormhole ability, absolutely. But the fact that they made it once per turn, you can only add a marker when you Overwhelm. Like, it's too fair.
No, I know.
Just let it. Okay, fine. Who's gonna play Demigra with this? Like, let him figure it out.
I have talked to like 2 people today. They were telling me that this was a spice. So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's too fair. They should have just don't give it once per turn. Every time you Overwhelm, let it get a counter, and then that solves the fact that it's not a 10k, so you're just gonna get swung at anyway.
okay.
yeah, which is the SS Go tanks and the Vegex stacks thing. Like, it's 5k, so every little weenie card gets smacked into it. So yeah.
Okay.
But this card's worse though, because you actually have to pay for it.
Okay. So the next card we have is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Supreme Saiyan Power, another Unison card. Auto effect by once per turn. If your leader card is black, when your opponent plays a battle card using a non-keyword skill, they choose one card from their hand and discard it. +2 mark auto. When you activate an overroom skill, add up to one card from your life to your hand. -5 skill, activate main, paying 4 black energies. Send one card from your opponent's life to their work.
This is the unison that the Goku. This is what Bandai wants you to use. So like if you play turn 1, it helps you just like self-awaken and just get there. It's interesting that it's a 5K, but it's also a better version of Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan.
Well, the thing about it being a 5K though is that what this card does and what the Gohan does is that you +2 versus the Gohan, you only +1. I feel like Gohan would like if they're gonna make them 5Ks, if you're gonna make all these black unisons 5Ks, they need to be plus by 2, because if not, they're just gonna drop dead. Like, hey, cool, I understand that you're gonna be plussing it 2 technically every turn, then you overwhelm, but like eventually if you don't play this turn 1 and start overwhelming right away, if you play that Gohan late game, it's dead. Minus the versus this Vegeta, where it's like, okay, cool, +2 every turn.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing that it gets that auto and not the activate main. So it's the first unison to have that. Plus, it was one of the first cards in when they revealed Black to show that now Black has the ability to pay black energies.
Yeah, they're asking for you to, because I think Bandai's trying to make Black its own color now. I don't think they want it to be utility color anymore. They want it to be its own identity, and that's how you make Black like that. You have to pay specified Black to activate certain abilities.
And it looks and it does look pretty cool.
I definitely can't wait for them to print the first Black card that has specified Black cost.
So expand on what you were saying. Like when Black first came out, it was literally just like a support color, like a splashable color. You just
exactly. And that's where Overwhelm came in. They're like, oh yeah, cool, Black is a splashable utility color, and here's Overwhelm. Overwhelm helps you with that. You get to do things for free that aren't too busted, or maybe it's game ending for that turn. But then the card goes away. That's cool, great. But ever since, I'd like to say, Toa came out, they've been trying to give Black an identity, and they've been getting better at it.
They
each set that comes out.
They tried it with Demigra and with Dark Overrealm, because it was, you Dark Overrealm, the card sticks on the board, doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The problem with Dark Overrealm was you still need to facilitate your drop area, which Demigra did well, but the problem with Demigra was it was kind of glass cannon-y. It didn't have, Black wasn't or isn't as fleshed out as every other color in the game. So I think Bandai handled it well though, because when they started adding Black cards to the game, I had a lot of conversations in the community back then that it's too early to add another color to the game. But they added it as a support color. They didn't add it as its own specific color. But now they're making that transition to where they have enough cards in the card pool that you can make the argument that, Black, especially now with Vegex running around everywhere, Black is legitimately a standalone color now. So.
Yeah, and that's where the specified Black card costs, like to activate main for this Vegeta, comes into play. They don't want you to just pay 5 color of whatever color just so you can burn someone. You know how busted all the red decks would be if you could just, okay, cool, playing this Black Unison for 1, and then I'm gonna pay another 4 and burn you for your last life. Like, go to hell. Like, no, thank you. That's pretty stupid.
Okay, so let's go ahead now to our next card. It's Super Saiyan Son Goku Time Patrol Elite, which is a super combo. Yeah, so, and that's it. So, next, now for the...
Draw +10, draw 1.
Then we got Super Saiyan Vegeta, the Prince Strikes Back Super Combo, which is like every other color. It's the draw 2, present cards at the bottom of the deck, and your card gets 10k when you have 4 or less life.
So this is like, this guarantees that Bibidi is gonna get banned.
No.
No.
Never.
I've
Bibidi's
I've made this argument, and Jill's on my side. Like, they shouldn't ban. This is my reason why they shouldn't ban Bibidi. Without Bibidi, Black doesn't have its own identity in terms of super combos. Like, they don't have any unique super combos. If you
And
look
they all
at if you look,
Solid.
yeah, if you look at Blue has had that that Kabito Kai, you combo with it, and then you put a combo back or whatever.
Right.
If you look at Green had the first warp a card, draw 2. If you look at Yellow had Shugash.
Bring back
Shugash is
Shoot.
banned, right?
Bring back
Yeah,
Shoot Gas.
Shugash is banned.
Should bring it back.
Yeah,
So
and Red,
I agree with you
Red
guys.
got that.
I agree with you guys. As a guy who's played a lot of different Black leaders in the game, I agree. I think Bibidi, as a player, probably shouldn't get banned because it takes away from the benefit and the exclusivity of playing Black. However, as a developer, you can definitely see problems with the card. The same thing with Shugesh. Now, obviously, you can't compare Shugesh and Bibidi because they do two completely different things. There's no argument that at the time Shugesh was the best super combo in the game, and it made Yellow snapped in half, and it's now banned. So you can make the same argument for Bibidi that because it's exclusive to Black, I mean, yeah, you do have the mono Black restriction, so that's okay. But it's exclusive to Black, and you can't benefit from any other, color in the game playing it. What it does, one card alone getting you 40,000 power worth of combo, can get pretty problematic, especially now with the 6-card, deck limit.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, you have to also understand. But you also have to understand too is that you're just not doing it for free. You have to burst cards. And the only leader that bursts a lot is Vegex. It bursts 5
now
per turn.
Yeah, for now.
So
we're getting all these other Black leaders now instead of 11.
Okay, that's cool, but like I don't think they're going to make any leader that bursts that amount, just because of the simple fact that Vegex is like Okay, let's compare Vegex to this Goku leader, right? This Goku leader is an overwhelm deck. You don't want to put the Vegex core in that deck because then you're just filling this Goku deck with crap because it's an overwhelm deck. You want to keep
the Trunks and the Vegeta in the cover.
But you're still getting value. You're still getting value.
You're getting value, but you have to realize that he's only bursting 3. So you're really not benefiting just playing one card at a time. Like the thing with Vegex is you're bursting 5. So you have a good chance of bursting all 3 or 4 of those cards out in one turn. And that's what makes and that's what makes Vegex good. You get a bunch of value, but you're paying a hefty price if you think about it, because there are cards in the deck that you don't want to get bursted. This is an overwhelm deck. You couldn't give 3 shits. This is burst 3. So Bibidi, Bibidi is retarded in Vegex, but with this Son Goku, it's bursting 3. It doesn't do that much because you're bursting 3 and you're overwhelming. So you get what I'm trying to say. Like Bibidi is really dumb in Vegex and it's really good in Son Goku, but it's not game breaking in Son Goku.
You can also make the argument though, right? When Son Goku flips and he's on his backside and he's got static double strike and he gets 5k for every 8 cards in your warp. So if you're doing the math, awakening at 4 life, you're bursting 4 turns, that's 12 cards at plus 5k just on that leader alone. So he's going to be 20k double strike static when he awakens, plus Bibidi. So Bibidi's going to go up.
Bibidi pluses it by 1,000 for every card in the dropping warp.
So Bibidi's going to be a 15k combo by itself. So your leader is now 35k double strike with 1 card.
All right, that's okay. There are literally extra cards that you plus your leader by 15k. That's
fine.
that's not game breaking.
Disagreeing with
It's-
you. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's
Okay, yeah. No,
Huh.
yeah, that's fair.
But the black
but
blue deck cries though, because it can't defend if that card's
yeah, so they'll kill a deck and then black will become, in terms of aggro deck, in terms of being able to be aggressive, black will not be able to Black won't be able to end games anymore without that super combo, because
Fair.
black doesn't have any decks that go tall minus Toa.
Right. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. So now let's go ahead into our next card. We have Super Saiyan Bardock the Tenacious. Overwhelm 6 by paying 1 black energy. Auto effect: when this card is played using Overwhelm, your opponent can only attack with battle cards once during their next turn.
They gave dormant to black. Yay.
Auto, when this card is played, you can play copies of this card during your next turn.
My favorite part about this card, I can involve Bardock Boulevard on it.
That's
Please stop.
Gonna
Please
get it.
stop. Like I was talking to Gio yesterday about this card. It shouldn't be a regular Bardock card. It should be a Bardock Zeno.
Yeah, it has to be Xeno Bardock.
Yeah.
That's gonna get it.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Why is it a regular Bardock card? That doesn't make any sense.
Because he was a regular Bardock in that saga. There's all Facebook.
Bardock is the OG. Like Bardock is the OG. Traveler.
I talked to Gio about it yesterday, about why that Facebook post, whatever, is incorrect. Bardock is only Bardock in that one special episode that they came out with Bardock in, and then there's Bardock VR. Any other version of Bardock doing anything outside of that episode and the Broly movie is Bardock Zeno. This should be a Bardock Zeno. Dark Empire Saga is in Heroes or Xeno or whatever, so this should be a Bardock Zeno. It should not be a regular Bardock.
I think they're gonna do an errata. I think what they're gonna do is they may do erratas to fix the character, so that way they add Bardock Zeno, so just in case they fix it.
Crumble my apes, dude. Let me have black yellow apes.
No,
No, thank you.
no, man, because then you're gonna make this card stupid.
That's too stupid.
That's
Hey,
stupid.
man.
They have to be fair with this, Gio.
Full of iron, playable. Yes.
No, they should agree. If not, Noel, you could just send a report about that just in case, so that it doesn't break the balance of the game.
Much
Think about
like
what
greedy.
Think
So
about what you're doing, right? For 2 mana, you're overwhelming this guy for 1, stopping your opponent's next attack phase because they can only attack once, right? But then you're gonna evolve a 20k blocker on top of it. Come on, that's just greedy as
Double
hell.
striker.
Yeah, and then if you have Planet Vegeta out, I'm gonna restand my double striker and it's a blocker. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
No, thank
so
you.
stupid. So stupid.
okay. So the next card we have is Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Unstoppable Evolution. Overwhelm 6 by playing 2 black energies. Auto, when this card is played using Overwhelm, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignore barrier, and send it to its owner's work.
I like it. I love this card.
If you look
Power
at
removal of black has always been an issue. And for 2 mana, you get to just get rid of your opponent's card. I mean, that's pretty good.
Ignoring barrier.
It's just it's so, and you're not destroying it. So if I'm not mistaken, this would get around indestructible.
Yeah. Well, no, because the indestructible makes it so that it cannot leave the field.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you have
Okay,
to
what I
you
love-
have
what
to
I love-
negate the
what I
effect
love
of
about
indestructible
these
to
cards
resolve.
what I love what they're doing about these black cards is that they're making it so you have to play specified black. These cards, it did not specify the cost of black energy would be rampant going everywhere throughout the whole entire meta. It would be disgusting. Okay,
I don't
yeah,
think
cool.
I
You
think
have
this
your boss
card's like-
monster out that's supposed to kill me, and I somehow survived, and I have this one Vegeta in my hand. I'm gonna play 2 colorless and overwhelm. Get rid of that shit. No, thank you.
I mean, I think this card's super underwhelming.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not bad.
I think the Goku under it is snapped in half.
That's
I
okay.
think-
I mean, yeah, that thing is
Dude,
free as
they're-
fuck.
They're 2
It's-
different cards though. Like Vegeta is spot removal for black. Black
Yeah,
is
but
always-
the black has that new 6-drop Massane.
But that's up to 6. That's up to 6 costs. Like there's no cost restriction for this. 2 mana to British something. Boom. Like that's it. Just done.
Okay.
I don't know.
So the next one.
I mean, I like the fact that you can put Tora with the Veg Exchange with it because it's a Geodes, you know.
Alright, so our next card is Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku, Man on a Mission, Overrun 6, Crit, Double Strike. That's it. This card's busted.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, self-explanatory. Busted. You don't have to pay
Veg
anything
can
for
play
it.
turn 1. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this card.
yeah,
That's
because knowing Geo, he
Leave
would
me
turn
at
1 it.
Brutes.
Better left Geo. Our next
Talk
card,
about that card.
our next card is Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku, Conqueror of Evil. Double
Hell yeah.
Double Strike, Zeno Evolve by paying 3 black energies, 2 non-color energies over a Son Goku Zeno. Auto effect, when a card evolves into this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore barrier, and send this to the owner's warp, then this card gains triple attack for the turn. A second auto, choose one card in your hand, send it to your warp. When your opponent attacks, negate the attack, then negate the skill for the turn.
I like this card. I just wish you would have been 4, not 5. Like turn 4 instead of turn 5.
How much?
Mike-
I'm just a little confused about like the energy cost for the card, like the actual like
I
like
was,
the 5 on it.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, why is it asking you to
Why-
Zeno
why is
Evolve?
why is there a 6-drop Goku, double strike crit, and then you have this 5-drop Goku that's supposed to Zeno Evolve
I
over
mean,
a
you can
Goku?
evolve on top of any of them, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I also like the fact you can evolve on top of the ISR, so if you go for
But-
double strike and then evolve into this guy and then get a triple attacking double striker to end the game.
But my question would be for that, why would you make it the same amount of energy for the Zeno Evolve when it's the same amount of energy you could just summon this card? I don't...
Because they want you to
He's not
evolve.
wrong.
But then it's like, why not make it at 3 or 4 to make it fair? Why would you make it 5? That makes no sense.
If it was, and if this card
That
was
reminds-
K3
that-
evolve,
But that reminds me a lot with... But that reminds me of when they did that to Super Saiyan 3 Trunks back in set 4 or 5.
5.
And then like they did
Yeah,
that same
that
amount.
card
That was
was
stupid. And that because just the way how it's that the Zeno Evolve was awful. I didn't like that. I think the energy summon for the Zeno Evolve should not be
I
5.
agree with Kevin. Like if you're just gonna give it a Zeno Evolve, just play this, just hardcast this shit.
Yeah,
I
but-
mean, this card has upside. So
It's too hard to catch this card though. It doesn't get its auto. It says when this card evolves.
exactly.
Yeah,
Hard cast it for 5. He's just a 30k double striker.
yeah, but the problem we're
It's
saying,
not
but
good.
me and Noel are saying, is that it should not be that much for the Zeno Evolve because it makes no sense. If it was like if it's
Well,
energy.
you also have to remember, Kevin, Zeno Evolve. When you Zeno Evolve, it restands. That's the mechanic of Zeno Evolve.
Yeah, I know
So-
that, but like, it's just
That's why I like the ISR evolved and then into this you get, was it 4 double strikes?
But how much did Bardock Zeno Evolve when you in the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock from set 3?
6.
Like 6, right? And then
5.
5, right? And how much energy did it have?
It was 5.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That card time was like the most efficient form of board wipe because it got around barrier. Okay, paying 5 for that. The only is at that time the target that you had for your Zeno Evolve was your 4-drop Awakened Warrior Bardock, which was a 20k double strike overarm card. That was it. You can play a bad card to play this, but it was. I mean, I played it, so I know from experience. Paying 5 for it, you know, it's not efficient, but for what it did in an 8 format, you just kind of had to bite the bullet sometimes.
I don't know.
Can we go on to the next card? Because I love that card. I think that card is
Yeah.
busted.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I just didn't really agree. I don't know. It's just, to me, it made no sense. But okay. So we got Super Saiyan 4 Bardock Combat Instincts. Dual attack, Overwhelm 6 by paying 3 black energies. Auto effect, when this card is played using Overwhelm, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's hand and send them to the warp.
I love this card. This card is great.
I like how I know because Bardock looks like Goku. I just like it. It looks like it's Goku with a headband.
You're not wrong.
I mean, you're supposed to use this with the Gohan leader, apparently in the designer notes, but
Really?
yeah. I don't know. It's nice. That's all I could say. Like, I'm hyped for all these cards, but like,
I mean, what did you
some
want it
of
to
them
have?
more
Like,
than others.
I mean, not everything can have double strike, Geo.
Hey man, everything's gonna have double strike. What do you mean?
No, give everything triple strike crit.
There you go.
Okay, no, stop.
Okay.
Stop.
So-
What? I'm being you, dude. I want everything to be busted. I want to
mean,
break the game. Come on, man.
I'm breaking the game, yes, one double strike at a time, not
Boys,
No,
boys,
no,
boys,
no,
boys,
no.
boys, boys,
We're gonna
boys.
break the game. We're gonna break the game. Give everything triple strike crit, and it can't be negated.
Guys, relax. Yeah.
It's a card that's a combo that gives it triple strike and a double strike like Chompo.
well, I mean, I'll give the Gohan leader crit with that Frieza combo card, and you could take triple strike crit. That's fine.
Gentlemen, think outside the box.
Okay.
Triple attack,
I'll just pitch on.
triple attack, crit, quad strike. Let's move on.
Insane.
We got instant transmission, 10 times Kamehameha. Counterattack, negate the attack, then place up to 2 black battle cards from your warp in your drop area. Activate me by playing 1 black energy. Choose 2 cards in your hand and send them to your warp. Add this card from your drop area to your hand.
I think this is really good for black.
It is really good for black. I actually like this counterattack.
Like black finally has a good counterplay that isn't protector of the people, or
I thought he read. That's
Counterattack.
Yeah, it's
He-
counterattack.
or what's it called? Power burst. I brain farted for a second. That's literally the like, and mostly people only use power burst because it's sparking the gate, and you can just get the one that Kai from that came on the Vegex starter deck. That turns into super common if you have 5 or less cards in your hand. This lets black be more flexible with their negates, which black desperately needed.
I do wish though that Kamehameha
I-
times
I-
10 should have been red, not blue. I don't know, because I was playing the video games and I remember seeing this color being red. I don't know why it's blue.
You're right.
I mean, it's good in the Goku deck. Like, I still think Power Burst and Protector of the People are like the negates that black decks will run. So I like it in that deck, the Goku deck though.
It's a great negate, there's nothing wrong to it, and you could just bring it back with by just paying 1 energy and just warp a card, and it doesn't matter because you could just use Gravy to bring back the 2 cards from your warp to your hand, or drop it or whatever, so in the end you're not losing
I
anything.
love Gravy and Boo Yuzui.
Oh, too bad, too bad that's dead.
Bring back my boys. They did nothing wrong.
Yeah, bring back Shugesh, Lama.
No.
Yeah,
It
I'll
was
just-
too cooler.
No, I'll take Shigash. No, I'm just kidding.
Bed ring laser.
I mean, Shugesh with 3 face on Goku on tap 2 mana? Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of counterplays, Rebellion Hammer. If your leader card is black and you send 3 black battle cards from your drop area to your warp, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it is placed in the owner's drop area instead of being played. Permanent, if you have 12 or more black cards in your warp, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1.
Black
This card is
finally has, Black finally has a real counterplay. All the counterplays that they've ever given Black have been straight crap. This is really good.
Unexpected Turn is really good right now.
Besides that one counterplay,
Hey man.
name
Gotta find
name anything else besides Unexpected Turn. They're all crap.
That's the only counterplay that they have is Unexpected Turn.
They have multiple counterplays. They have 2 more counterplays. So you are incorrect, sir.
Name them!
Silver Bullet or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh yeah, but that's if you have a unison in play. Situational. And the other?
I'm gonna go to the website right now. Just keep on reading the cards.
Alright?
Yeah,
Yeah, because the next card is the Dark Broly Imperagus Leader. So, activate main once per turn, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Then look up the top 5 cards of your deck, place up to 3 black battle cards with 30,000 power among them in your drop area, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Auto, when this card attacks, draw a card. Awaken, when your life is 4 less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over to Dark Broly Imperagus the Corrupted. So activate main once per turn, place up to 3 black battle cards with 30,000 power from your warp in your drop area, then draw a card. Activate battle. Choose 1 black battle card with 30,000 power in your hand or battle area and place it in the owner's drop area. This card gets 5,000 power for the battle.
I don't know.
This deck is super confusing. When I read the designer notes, it made sense. So you play with the red 7-star ball and the 1-drop Brawly, and that's like your chain starter. And then the Unison is really good. It ties into the deck, but it's supposed to be an aggro control deck, which we've never had a deck that's aggro and control at the same time. Like Kava was close, but it was really more of an aggressive aggro deck, and this deck tries to actually be both. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the first Broly deck that does all this major aggro stuff compared to the other ones that we had. And they just like really going straight to the powerhouse of it. So it's like, yes, I know I'm going to use a wrestling reference. It's literally the Vince McMahon deck. It's where he gets all the fucking beef, all the roids, and add everything up. And there you got Hulkamania, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior. You got all that stuff. You had that here in this deck. You basically summoning up all your 30,000 power cards. You're just trying to make sure you have all of them out in the open just to demolish your opponent and put extra pressure to them by making them waste their combos from their hand or field, waste their blockers, waste their super combos, do everything just so you can just annihilate them directly at the right time when you know they're gonna misplay or they have when they're, like I said, pressure to the point that they can't continue on.
Except for only 2 of those cards can attack.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is the sad thing about it. So.
Anyways, I found another counterplay, counterplay card. Total Dimension Leaper, Blocker Revenge, counterplay. Choose 2 cards in your drop area, subject to reward. Play this card.
Oh yes, the famous card. Hey, did she come out for free?
Ultimate Blow. Choose up to 1 of your battle cards, and it gets 10,000 power and revenge. Super Kamehameha. Oh, this card was good. I forgot about this card.
Yeah, Super Kamehameha was the other one that we should have said.
Deborah, Darkness Perfected. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
we forgot about all these cards, but you get my point. We haven't had a good extra card counterplay besides Unexpected Turn up until now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next we have Super Saiyan Broly, the Rampaging Monstrosity. Permanent, when this card has 2 or fewer markers on it, it can attack. +1 mark, activate me, place up to 2 black battle cards with 30,000 power from your warp in your drop area. -4 mark, activate main, place up to 8 black battle cards with 30,000 power from your warp into the drop area. Then if your leader card is the Dark Broly card, it gets plus 15,000 power for the turn.
I'm just triggered that it's a Broly BR card. Like, it doesn't say it on the card, but like the character is obviously Broly BR. So it's just like, why? Why you put Broly BR in Dark Broly? Come on, bro. I
mean, have you not noticed that we've been getting a lot of these Unison cards that doesn't go with the set, but yet we're playing them?
Yeah, that's what's been pissing me off. Why are you putting characters that don't go with each other?
Unisons are dream teams, guys.
I mean, if you put it that way, yeah, this makes sense. But why the hell would Baby and Garlic Jr. be a dream team? That is not a dream team.
That's a nightmare.
I mean,
not a good way.
USA and basketball.
Okay, so basically it's not a bad Unison card, it's pretty okay. The only downside is that permanent effect, where if it has 2 or less, it will attack, so...
I mean, that's pretty good, because this is, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is the only black Unison that has 15k power.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's move on, because we only have a little amount of time. We got Poutine and Gravy as your vanillas. So we got
Now Demigo can play Dimensions of War Trunks and actually get use out of it.
We got Paragus, total subordinate, permanent. This card's skill can't be negated in any area. You can't play this card from any area unless your leader card is a Dark Broly card. Permanent, this card can attack. Activate main or battle, choose this card and 1 total card in your battle area, switch them to rest mode, choose 1 of your Dark Broly battle cards and gains critical for the turn.
I just don't like that this whole archetype has a lot of 0+0 combo. Like, that's not gonna have a lot of combos.
Yeah, that's no bueno, bro.
No, that's stupid. They gave it too much power and they just waste upon that and give 0 combos? I mean, come on, good Bandai, that's pretty stupid.
Alright, read those.
We got Toa Dark Aura Deluge, same effect as Paragus for the permanents. Activate main once per turn, choose 1 of your black battle cards with 30,000 power and place it in its owner's drop area. Add up to 1 black battle card with 30,000 power from your drop area to your hand. Okay.
Exactly. Okay.
We got Toa, Union of Magic and Science, same permanent as the other two. Auto, when this card is played, add up to 1 Dark Dragon Ball card from your deck to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Activate me once per turn by paying 1 black energy, add up to 1 Dark Dragon Ball card from your drop area to your hand.
So what's good about this card is that it's searches out the dark Dragon Ball, but since this is a black card and there's no specified cost, you could put this in any of the decks that play Dark Power. So you could put this in Frieza if you use that crappy Xeno Frieza chain, or you can put this in the new Boo chain that it helps you grab a ball. Unlike the Mechikabura 2-drop that's what's it called? What's
the
the
Boo deck has the Deborah, the green one you just discarded, and you can search a ball.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I have a
really?
question.
I forgot about that card.
also you don't want to like just pay a cost just to add the ball. I mean, there's other ways to do it, so it doesn't
I
matter.
mean, the Frieza chain has no way to add a ball. You have to have the ball in your hand, and then you have to have a Frieza on board, and then you have to have the Xeno Frieza in your hand to play it.
Question for you guys.
Yeah.
Earlier we were
Alright.
talking about, it might be a little off topic, but I was just thinking, earlier we were talking about that yellow Goku Unison that's a skill drain, right?
Mhm.
Saying that permanents for cards have to be already in play.
Yes. So
So-
all these cards do not get affected by that unison because of the permanent that's stated on it. The permanents all state that its skills cannot be negated in any area. Your hand is considered an area.
Because I was gonna say a 1-drop 30k would be nice.
Due to that Beerus from Turn of Power 5-drop, I believe, that made your hand a mystery area, which is always great.
I just figured I'd ask.
Okay, so next we got Broly Savage Rush. Same effect like the others. Activate main by paying 1 black energy. Send 3 black battle cards from your drop area to your warp. Play this card from your drop area.
This is like you turn 1 and then you put the ball under it to evolve to the only other 2 that can swing. So,
Dope.
that.
Yeah. Next we got Shun Haru's sister. Permanent during your opponent's turn. If you have a black unison card in play, this card gains 10,000 power and blocker. And then we got Haru
It's
Haru.
neat.
And then we got Haru
Yes,
Shun's
I'm
sister.
excited about Haru.
They
Permanent.
should be Majins.
Permanent.
They're hard.
During your turn, if you have a black unison card in play, this card gets 10,000 power and Geo Strike.
Oh,
Yeah, exact. It's a same cover for black. They did it.
good.
But-
It's so good.
They are agreeable with Noel. They should have been Majins. It makes no sense. So next we have Side Devilman Exploding with Evil. It counterattack, negate the attack, and play this card. Auto if your leader card is a Dark Broly card. When this card is played, place up to 2 black battle cards with 30,000 power from your deck and your drop area, then shuffle your deck.
Yeah, read the next one. I just think this one. Like,
Oh,
let's
okay.
read them all together.
Okay, that's fine. Great Devilman, Demonic Trickster, counterplay, play this card, and if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 2 or less, it is sent to the owner's warp instead of being played. Auto, if your leader card is a Dark Broly card, when this card is played, place up to 2 black battle cards with 30,000 power from your deck in your drop area, then shuffle your deck.
This is probably better than the 2.
You want me to just read
I
the
just
the
don't
rest?
know
Of,
why it's-
you want me to just read the rest of the cards?
They're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're alright. Yeah, keep going.
All right.
And then we got this mirror chain.
All right.
Random mirror chain.
So I'll just read the rest of the cards, and then we'll just make the final talk, and we'll just have to call it a night.
I mean, I'm gonna hype up on Goku.
Okay.
He's all the way.
So, Mira, Arcane Overflow, Union Absorb, choose 1 Toa card in your warp. Place it under this card, then choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. Choose 1 Mira card with an energy cost of 6 in your deck, play at the top of this card, and then shuffle your deck. Auto burst 3 when this card is played, draw your cards. Then we got Ultimate Transfer.
That's pretty cool.
Ultimate Transformation Mira. Auto, when this card is played, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand and send it to their warp. Activate battle. Once per turn, choose one of your black battle cards with 30,000 power and place it in its owner's drop area. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp.
Alright.
So we got Dark. So here we have Dark Broly, the new Massane, unique and blocker. Activate main. If your leader card is a Dark Broly card and you send 6 black battle cards with other than this card from your drop area to your warp, play this card from your drop area. Auto, when this card is played, you can't play copies of this card for the turn.
It's got a blocker, which
Figured.
probably know.
Put Zarbon in the deck.
Dark Broly,
Oh,
Demon Realm Ravager, unique. Activate main. If your leader card is a Dark Broly card and you send 6 black battle cards other than this card from your drop area to the warp, play this card from your drop area. Auto, when this card is played, send up to 1 battle card from your opponent's drop area to their warp. Then your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, sends it to the warp, and you can't play copies of this card for the turn.
it's alright.
Then we got Dark Broly, Uncontrollable Berserker, unique. Activate main. If your leader card is a Dark Broly card and you send 6 black battle cards from other than this card from your drop area to the warp, play this card from your drop area. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. You can't play copies of this card for the turn.
Gets an SR.
So we got Power Absorption. Activate main. Choose 1 Dark Broly card in your battle area and it gains dual attack for the turn. You can activate copies of this card for the turn. And finally, Darkness
And
Blade.
that ties it in together, like, yeah, you can only play 2, but this card gives you dual attack on them, so.
I don't know, bro. I think this Dark Broly stuff is very underwhelming. As much as I love the character design, it's just whatever.
It
No
is.
suspect.
And then we got Darkness Blastinger, where activate battle. If your leader card is a Dark Broly card, choose up to one of your cards. It gets 10,000 power for the battle. Then you may send 2 black battle cards with 30,000 power from your drop area to your warp. If you do, choose up to one of your leader cards and it gets 5,000 power for the turn.
Kaka.
So, all in all, guys, just to shorten it out, Dark Broly isn't as good.
Yeah, Dark Broly looks super hype in the video, in the teaser trailer, and now it's just like Kaka.
Like now,
About what really matters.
yes, let's just I'll read the leader cards, the unison, and then just talk about
Let's
it for
go to the guy we
for
actually
fun.
give a shit about.
So,
Exactly.
Son Gohan, activate me. Add up to 1 Piccolo Savior from the Beyond from your deck to your hand. Shuffle your deck, then negate this skill for the game. Auto, Burst 3. When this card attacks, draw a card. Awaken. When your life is 4 or less, you may draw 1 card. Switch up to one of your energy to active mode, then flip this card over to Super Saiyan 4 Son Gohan. Awaken ability. Auto, when this card attacks, draw a card. Then place up to 3 black battle cards from your warp to your drop area. Auto, once per turn. When you activate an overrun skill, this card gets 5,000 power and critical or double strike for the turn.
I love it.
And finally,
It kind of reminds me of that TP Gohan from set 1. When you play it and then attack, it either gains double strike or draw, but instead of drawing, it gains critical or double strike. That's what this
double
leader
strike.
reminds me.
and then we have
Trigger draw.
we got the Piccolo Savior from the Beyond unison. Permanent during your turn, this card gets 5,000 power for every 2 markers on it. Plus 2 markers, activate main, choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. Plus 1 marker, activate main, you may choose 1 card from your hand and discard it. If you do, draw a card. Negative 3 markers, activate main, send up to 2 battle cards from your opponent's drop area to their warp.
So that unison is essential for getting cards in your drop, since you won't be bursting on the flip side.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving about 5 minutes to
I
talk
like
about
the
these cards. So
So I kind of have mixed feelings about this Piccolo. Like, I think he's okay. It's cool that you could just get him right off the rip at the start of the game with your leader skill. But I just feel like it doesn't do a lot. I mean, yeah, fueling the drop area for overwhelm is really important. And I guess if he stays on board, he could get out of control. You know, you keep adding counters to him, markers to him and stuff. But I just feel like it's missing something. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, the neg 3 is what it's missing. The neg 3 is a horrible neg 3. Usually those neg effects on nuisance are either game ending or they help you gain advantage towards your opponent. That sending 2 battle cards from your opponent's drop area to the warp doesn't really do anything. Like, to be honest.
I think his neg 3 should have been like neg 3, give your leader either crit or double strike. Like that would have been some crazy shit.
Also,
Yeah,
if you
that would have been good.
also if you read it's +1 and +2, they're just the same thing, except the +1 lets you draw, and the +2 just makes you discard, and you get nothing. So
You're ultimately gonna +1 every. Like you're gonna +1 every.
I think maybe
You're not gonna neg.
I think maybe they could have fixed that a bit, changed it up for like maybe the neg 3 should have been the +2 or neg 2, whatever you want, and then neg 3 could have had an ability that could have helped the leader or helped the battle cards that go around it, so that it could have just been effective. You know, maybe
I think the neg
wish-
3 should have given the leader dual attack and another +5k.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yes,
That would've
that way because the leader can
I
do
wish
extra
the,
damage.
Piccolo would have helped Gohan self-awaken.
Oh yeah, like the
Like the Garlic
Yeah.
Jr., right?
the neg one, the +1 could have been you take a life, and then the +2 could have been you discard a card and draw 1 card.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
what.
if I'd want, like, I get you get Piccolo. I mean, maybe you play 1 Piccolo and then 3 Vegeta, 4 Vegeta, or 2 Piccolo and some.
Or maybe if you
Yeah.
What
relieve.
did the Vegeta do again?
Um,
Whenever you overwhelm, you take a life.
yeah.
I was gonna say like maybe Piccolo could have been the +1 send a card in your hand to drop your draw card. +2 should have been choose a card in your hand, discarding to get a card from your life if you choose to, and then neg 3 should have been something for the leader support like dual
I
attack.
think you have to play 4 of this unison. I don't think you play 1 and 3 Vegeta because there's no way to get cards in your drop unless you're comboing them. And
Yeah,
that's
I'm not trying to get my cards in the drop. I'd rather just like burst them and then awaken. Like, it's not Vegeta.
but the thing is that once you awaken, the deck doesn't have any way to put cards from the warp in the drop like the Goku leader, and that's why.
Gravy.
Okay, yay, gravy! It's a combo card. You can only use 4 times a game if you see all 4 of them.
I mean, sure, but I
That's
just don't
bad,
like
bro.
this. I just don't like this unison.
Okay, well, I mean, this unison is still better than gravy.
Question. So I have.
That's relatable.
I do have.
It's really not because you get this turn 1, you keep on plussing it, and you keep on getting cards in your drop. Gravy, you have to draw into it, and then you have to combo.
Okay, so I have.
You can only do it 4 times because you pay for 4 copies. So it's not good.
It's underwhelming.
Okay, so I have one
I agree with
question.
you. It's underwhelming, but this is superior to gravy. Like you don't replace this card with gravy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like I said, that's debatable.
Okay, so
That's how.
I do have one question, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt. My question will be, so in the last set, we were revealed that Starter Coup reprint with the Goku Black Unison. In comparison to now with this Gohan card and the Piccolo, do you think in comparison this one, the Gohan and the Piccolo, are better than the reprint Starter Coup and Goku Black? Okay, and what explanation why?
Unfortunately, as much as I love SS4 Gohan, that Starter Coup leader reprint with the Goku Black Unison is far superior than this.
The leader and the unison are better than the.
Yeah, the only good thing about this pair is the leader, unfortunately. Again, if that neg 3 effect was like give your leader +5k and dual attack, okay, that would then the unison would be like pretty decent.
Yeah.
Unison is so underwhelming. I feel like if anything, out of all the cards that we looked at tonight, talking about like the downsides to them, I feel like this has the biggest impact because it has 3 different marker skills, but they don't really facilitating your drop area is important for overwhelm, that -3, it just there's no payoff. So he's just gonna sit there. It's just gonna sit there, collect counters, get big, hopefully, and then just probably swing for some damage. But that -3 is you're probably never gonna use it, to be honest.
It would have been so much better had Black had like counterplay that comes out for free.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't.
Okay, so that's going to be what it is for tonight, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming in for another great episode here in the DBS podcast. I do apologize to all our fans that I did have to speed up the Broly cards. It's because I only have a certain 2-hour limit to my recording, and we had a lot of cards revealed today, and damn, this was like a lot more than I did than the last one, and we went over the 2 hour span, which is why the first episode was a 2-parter. So Angel did his thing for Yellow, and we're proud of that. I want to go ahead and start thanking Adrian here for coming to the show. We thank you so much for joining us, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime. I'm always down. So whenever you guys feel like talking about Dragon Ball, just let me know.
That's great, man. I'm really glad to hear it. And if you guys want to go ahead and check it out, so we can let any of our viewers check you out. So what's your YouTube, sir?
So the YouTube channel is No Counters, No Combos, but I'm not really doing it right now. So
Yeah, he was
probably gonna start it back up.
he was the founder of it, Kevin.
That's fair.
They could go check out some of the old videos he did.
Okay, so you guys can go ahead and check it. I'll leave a link in the description below for the channel for anything. If you guys want to go ahead and see Adrian again, leave a comment so far. If not, we'll always bring him back in if anything, and he's always welcome to come to our show.
Squared Nation.
Exactly.
I enjoyed your commentary, Adrian. I think you were very insightful on how card economy should work. I really don't think about card economy that much, and you explain a lot of things to me that I really didn't think about. So thank you.
It means a lot. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really great to have you, man. It was really good. I hope maybe if you come back maybe next week, since we're gonna have only just the blue cards to reveal, we can have a major discussion because
Stop spoiling it. God.
it's because we are gonna have a big discussion. So next week, folks, blue cards are gonna be talked about. Yes, they are been revealed, but we want to have a big discussion and all the information. Shut up, Noel. And we'll hope to see you guys. So again, we thank Angel. So we can
ban the shit out of that card.
I love my friends.
Screw that card.
So anyway, guys, so let me have the time to remember before my recording ends. So I want to go ahead and thank Angel for coming earlier for talking about the Yellow support. I thank Adrian once again. I thank Noel Villamonte once again for always coming here to our show from all the way from Utah.
That's not my last name. What's wrong with you?
Sorry, Mr. N. Well, I'm being formal, Mr. NJV Alpha. And again, we always thank Yeovani.
Thank you, Kevin.
And before I say my thank yous, I want to give a little shout out let's give a little shout out one more time to the DW Gaming. If you guys want to go ahead and try to go ahead and want to get good purchases from products and everything, check them out at TCG Player. Again, I will always be glad to have him around when enjoying our show. So, hello, David. Thank you for watching. And one last thing, guys, we are now starting a Facebook page. I'm working on it, but I'm already trying to do as much as I can. It's already up on Facebook, so I'll leave a link in the description below. So, anyway, guys, this is Fortress Striker. Thanking everyone for watching, and I will see you all next week.